This video is going to be about the difference between the Kahler string lock and the Kahler locking nut. We also have a string lock pro. It works very similar to the string lock, so we're just going to keep it between the string lock and the locking nut. Now, there are a lot of people that will absolutely insist, demand that this is the Kahler locking nut. It is not. We have never called this a locking nut. It's always been a string lock. That's because it has nothing to do with the nut. It is behind the string. Now, if this were the only thing we made, I wouldn't care if you called it a locking nut or not, but we make a locking nut. So calling this the locking nut is confusing. That's why we make absolute certain that we always say string lock or locking nut. Now, for the people who insist on calling this a Kahler locking nut, you are contributing to the problem. Case in point, there was a guy recently who went completely berserk, and as far as I know, he still is, insisting that somebody fix the problem with their locking nut by flipping one of the pads. Now, with the string lock itself, you know what? You can absolutely do that. You can take this thing out and you can take out this little pad, and it's pretty well the same on both sides. So you can just flip it over. Now, what would the purpose of this be? If you over tighten this thing, you can actually wear grooves in the pad. That is a string lock, and yes, you can flip these over when they become just, let's say unusable on one side. The guitar in question, though, that guy was yelling and screaming about came with a Kahler locking nut. And I mean, hopefully you guys can all see that, my God, yeah, there's the lock and there's the nut part of it. My goodness, it's a locking nut. What do you know? Our locking nuts have a built-in string director, and the string director is, each one of these things is a different height, width, and radius, and they're just ridiculously precision built. And I hope everybody can see that hole is offset. It goes in like that. If we try to flip the thing over, well, it's not going to fit in that way. It's just going to sit there and fight you because the hole is different. I mean, even the angle of the pad is different. So the reason that I bring this up is because it's a complete and total colossal waste of time to sit there and scream and yell and shout about telling somebody how to fix this when this is the one that's on their guitar. Now, obviously in video form, everybody can see that it's like, yeah, well, they're completely different. Why would anybody say any different? Well, lack of knowledge as far as what went on the actual guitar itself. And we're gonna do a lot of work here at Kahler to correct this, because it is such a bad problem that people don't know our systems very well, and they will give Floyd Rose advice for a Kahler. And it's why a lot of the people out there don't particularly understand how our bridges work, is because they try to treat them like weird Floyd Roses, and they don't work the same at all. Like, not at all. Not even our fulcrums. They're very different, with the exception of the Steeler Traditional. So I hope that was helpful to somebody. We're going to start doing some setup and repair videos here. Highly recommend that you guys follow along, because if you do, you will be the person that people bring their guitar to, because all of yours will be bulletproof, and people will want that secret. They'll want that knowledge. And Kahler's going to put together an incredibly comprehensive setup and repair ongoing video series, completely and totally for free. We want for you guys to come informed. It does us no good to have uninformed people out there making mistakes when they're trying to set up our hardware. And it does you no good either.